Okay, this is the follow-up video to the SQNM pick we sent out last night, SQNM. Remember, we wanted this over 465, so 466 we thought could get it to breakout territory. Let's switch to fives here. Its early high was 452, but it sold off all the way down to 435. That's, percentage-wise, that's pretty good sell-off. Some people asked if we should buy it as it broke the early high of the day. I said I really didn't like it because it had to come all the way from the lows of 435. It's already made a big percentage move, and even if it would have gotten to that 466 trigger, I still wouldn't have taken it here because of the move it had already made. It did come close, and then after it sold off a bit but still held up and the market was still holding up, this red line is the market, I was still watching it. I was even interested in taking it if it turned up here, anywhere around here, because you had, or even a high of day break. Or as I was saying, I was even interested in taking a high of day break. If it had gone sideways for a while, had time to kind of digest these gains, I would have grabbed some 465 as it broke the high of the day with a stop below this base. But instead, it sold off pretty much all day, in which case I lost interest in it by the end of the day. So it was nowhere near, if it's nowhere near the catalyst of the breakout, these are 60s, like if it's nowhere near this area up here, then I just wasn't interested in it. We'll go over a couple of things we did do today. Overall, I sat on my hands early with the exception of AT&T, the letter T. I have to use the daily here first. AT&T had sold off. This was on Bounce Watch. Sold off like 5-6 days in a row. Okay, so then using even 3-minute candles early, you can see its early range. It hit 26.86 and its early low 26.78. So I told the room I was going to buy this if it broke the early high. 26.87 was my trigger with a low of day stop. Only made it a dime risk. That's pretty good on AT&T. So 26.87, and I sold half for a dime and then got stopped out the back half break even. So a small early scalp on AT&T, nothing to write home about, but pretty good relative strength compared to the market today. Some others we had. We called NAV live in our chat room 3973 based on a setup we teach, which was right about here with a low of day stop, so less than 20 cents away. And from 3973, without getting stopped out, went to 4041. We called Aetna, AET, using one of our methods, 3047, right about here with a low of day stop, 3030, so 17 cents risk. And from 30.47 went to 31.19 without hitting the stop. That's a nice trade there. I called MGM early on a break of its early high at 11.63 right here, and it did go to 12. So a nice little pop there. I even called Rambus here at one point around 22.92 using one of our methods, which was right about here. Low of day stop at 78. So what is that? 14 cents risk that never got hit. And from 22.92 went to 23.43. So we had a lot of those fading these big sell-offs here, which often is what we often do when the market's weak. Almost everything, I don't think anything other than AT&T from our original list last night actually came into play. We had a few others that we played as well. Don't have them in my notes here though, but DAN, one of the car parts makers, KBH, both of those gave us some nice bounces today too. So I'm going to wrap this up, and we will follow up with another free pick next week. Have a great night.